What is going on, guys, and welcome to another university episode. This episode is one that's been highly requested for God knows how long, so welcome to the goddamn show. No fancy graphics today. This is a sit down. I've got a coffee. It's a longer episode, guys, because it's very important that I cover absolutely everything that I need to cover. There is no way that I'm missing anything out. I want to give you guys all the tools to make your universe mode more immersive. This is beneficial for content creators and for non-content creators. Think about memories that you want to create. So we're going to go over a couple of things. Obviously, the main purpose of the video is to create match cards, but we're not just going to create match cards. We're going to just talk about Photopea, Photoshop, the same applicable thing. Now, you might be wondering, Jack, why are you not on Photopea? You need to show us on Photopea. I can. But obviously the advertisements and the gambling advertisements and stuff on the right hand side, it just gets in the way. Everything that I will do in this video, the same keybinds, the same everything will be in Photopea, so for you to use and create your own. So I'm gonna go through all the questions or most of the questions that I get about graphics and try and answer them as best as I can. From scratch, and then I'm going to make a match card, but we're going to make the match card first. So I always do 19 by 80 and I always have a transparent background. On Photopea that will be the same, you just do the same thing. One thing in Photopea, in the top left here you'll see wait, can I make this screen smaller so you guys can see? So it's like, I just don't want I think it's because I tried to capture it on Photopea and there were just too many ads just popping up all over the place. So on the top left here, there'll be an option when you click the text tool to... Oh, I need to show you the tools actually, that I am a tool. In the top left, like here, there should be an option. So you click on the text tool, there should be an option to load local fonts. If you have any fonts downloaded, that's exactly how you get the fonts in Photopea. So immediately, the first thing I'm going to show you is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to try and create something similar to this. Alright? I'm not saying it's going to be as good as this, or it's going to be exactly the same. It's going to be this, but with a bit of a twist and a bit of a difference. And the skills that I will tell you and show you in this video will also be transferable to any other match cards that you make. So, first and foremost, the first tool that I want to tell you about that I'm not going to use in this is Control-Alt-G. Now, what is Control-Alt-G? So, say, for example, you have I don't know if I've still got the playing card selected. So, we've got a John Cena graphic here. Now, say, for example, I can undo all this. Say, for example, this is a playing card or something, like WrestleMania 42. If you want to put something inside something else, that is a disgraceful analogy. Yeah, shut the hell up. You want to make sure that the layer's on top of the layer of what you want to put it inside. Then click Control-Alt-G and your image will disappear inside. You can move it however you want. You can click the bottom tool here to add an outer glow and a effect, and then it's like, cool. You can do this with text or anything. So if you write something, so if you write, for example, I don't know what text is selected. If you write John Cena, it's not going to look good, by the way. It's going to look terrible. And you want to put like John Cena's pattern inside of his text. I'm going to show you how now. So what you want to do is, you've got your John Cena text here. I always recommend renaming your layers. There is an option to rename your layers somewhere here, and you can rename it just so for reference. So to get it out, you can simply just hide that layer. Oh no, you can't. You can click Control-Alt-G again. It'll jump back out. Then you're going to want to make sure it's on top of the text layer. Control-Alt-G, and then you've got like a little John Cena pattern inside the text. I know it doesn't look good, but it's just a tip that I suggest using, and you will use it in your match card. So that's the first thing that I want to show you, I believe. Now I need to I need to Control Z all the way back. No, we need to get this match card back to normal because it's our reference point. Step 2 is we're going to use everything else, I think, in this. So step 2 is the match card. So I'm sorry if I'm getting flustered and I'm trying to like go from one thing to the other. I'm going to show you where I get all my assets and everything. But the first thing you want to do in a match card is, whether it be a Monday Night Raw, a custom, or anything, or a WrestleMania one like this, is assess the match card. So looking at the match card here, I hope you can see my mouse, I noticed two things. That excuse me, the background is black. It's an all black background. So all I need to do is paintbrush that. I will show you about layers and everything. There's a picture of Vegas here that looks and appears to be a PNG. I'm going to show you how, and a free tool that you can use. I'm fingers crossed I find an image that I can just easily cut. If not, it's going to be curtains. I can also see there's some neon lighting that has like a linear dodge effect, and I'll show you how to do that. Trust me, I'm going to show you everything. And that's the same here. I can also see different text here. I can see a logo, I can see 2 sponsorship logos, I can also see another logo, and I can see the advertisement for where it's going to be streamed. I think these things are kind of important to put in a match card. I think what's also important is a disclaimer. So I always put WWE2K25 on my thumbnails because I don't want to. I'm not making official match cards. But yeah, so we're going to start this. So first and foremost, this is our background layer. We need a new layer. This new layer I'm going to rename, and I'm actually going to be good. And I will let this match card be available in my Discord if you do want to download it once it's done. So this is our background now. In Photopea, you'll have a paintbrush tool. It might look slightly different to this one, but we're going to want to make sure the background's selected. That's too small. And we're going to just colour it all in. Colour it all in. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just make sure there's no white gaps. That's all you do, all you want to avoid, white gaps. So as you can see, we've got a black back. Ooh, what have I done there? Ugh, I've done something weird. So we're going to make sure it's all black. So that's the background started. The second bit that we're going to want to do is get this Vegas template. Now, I am chancing it because I don't know if there's a Las Vegas City. Oh, I can't even type. So Las Vegas City. So I'm going to see if there's anything similar to that. Looks like it could be. This could be the exact image. So if we go here, this is the tool that I use to remove backgrounds. Adobe Express. It is a free tool that you can use. It's not always the best item to remove backgrounds, as you'll see. But there is a remove background tool, and I'm pretty certain it's not going to remove this. So I might have to. Ooh, performance. I might have to manually do it. I mean, yeah, it's going to remove everything. So we're going to be doing some chopping and changing, guys. So we do want that city on there, and as you can see there, I missed a bit. It always happens that you miss a bit. Just always happens. So we do need to get like some form of lit up city in there. So I need to assess how difficult that's going to be. Well, it's not actually going to be that bad. It's pretty flat. Now, the Las Vegas sign in the way is going to be a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to this image. And hopefully, Adobe Express can remove the background. If not, I can remove it, and I'll show you how to remove it. Nah, we're going to do it ourselves. Sometimes manual's better. Sometimes manual's better. But it's all about trial and error is graphics. So I think it's important to leave that stuff in. So what we're going to do is, we can see here, so it just covers the middle. We're going to use that graphic, so we can hide that now. We're going to make sure we're on a new layer. And why is it still got bits that are missing? I'm the worst graphics tutorialist ever. Just colour it vigorously until there's nothing left. So what we're going to do now is, I don't know if I put it on copy and paste. I did, yeah. So we're going to cut this out. Now, there is a way that you can do this. I'm going to be completely honest and transparent. There is no shortcut to making the best graphics. You have to take your time and make sure it's perfect. Now, the tool that I'm going to use for this is the pen tool. And it's the same in Photopea. So what you want to do is just select a point and then draw. So you're going to want to draw around this. You've just got to trust me on this one. So you're going to want to draw around everything that you're going to want to cut out, and it's going to be a bit of a pain, and this is going to take time, and it's just unfortunately the way it is. To make graphics, you've got to be patient, and you've got to, invest time. If you're wanting graphics, I'm not saying I don't really need that big antennae. I'm just doing a rushed version for you guys. To Because usually what I'd do is I'd zoom in. I'd zoom in by changing the percentage here, and I'd cut it out. Usually Photopea is not so bad. Sorry, Adobe Express isn't so bad, but it just stinks. And yeah, so what I do is I draw around things, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it easier so that when I can use the eraser tool rather than... There is probably quicker methods that I don't know about, but this is the method that I use. So I'm just going to draw around it all. It's going to be a right pain, this. There's so many little buildings, so many little things, but if you get like a rough sketch... I mean, I am timing myself to see how long this takes to see if it's even beneficial to tell you guys. It does take time, but the pen tool is what you want to use. So I'm going to do like a really rushed version, if you guys don't mind. I know it's not perfect. You guys can do it to a T. You can make sure you can zoom in. You can put all the scrutinization on the corners. Why is that connected? Right. So we're going to go here, here. I mean, it's not the worst cut I've ever done. I've done some bad cuts in my time. I've done some horrendous cuts. Like, if I was making this match card for like an official video or something, I'd really take my time. And it does take time. That's just that. Like I say, it's just the worst bit. So, when you've got your outline, because obviously I want all this blue sky to go, you want to just join them back up. So by creating that and creating that, so it's all linked now. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure the layer's selected of the picture, and you're going to want to make selection. And what that will do is, if you've done it right, it will shine like this. I don't know if you can see the like just above the hotel, there's a little like line moving. Then what you're going to want to do is grab the eraser tool, and a little tip for you to make it 2 seconds. There you go. Just put it on max, and then select, deselect, and make sure the erasers, and then you've got a nice city, a very nice city. So if we go back to our reference, which is here, so we can see the city's only small. So you can shift this down if you really want to, and make it a bit wider. I don't like that. I'm going to leave it as it was. So I'm going to do my match card a little bit differently, just because I want to. Now, if you want to be really in detail and make it orange, I'll see if I can do that. So what you can do is you can double click on it and click a color overlay. Then you can click the color and try get the exact color, and then just put an opacity. But I don't like doing it like that, to be honest. I mean, it is a little bit. And what you can also do is put like an outer glow on that's like is it linear dodge? You could do that as well. So if you wanted to. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to leave it at base as it is. Because I don't even like this. So, but I do notice that I want it to be a bit bigger, because I want the assets to stand out. And you're going to be like, that looks horrible. I'm not going for this look. I'm going for I've referenced this, I've assessed it, and you can see here when I go onto this, there's still bits missing. So you can see on the top here, there's a bit of a line. I can just use the eraser tool to clean that up. Obviously, you can zoom in, use the eraser tool, and clean it up. But I'm going to do something smart here, because you can see the sharp edges. So what I'm going to do above that is I'm going to create a new layer, like I said before, and I'm going to use the paintbrush tool. I'm going to hide this because it's just in the way. I'm going to use the paintbrush tool, because the paintbrush tool is my best friend. So we've got a new layer here. Target layer is hidden, that's fine. And we're gonna make the edges just feel more natural. You see what I mean? Do you see where we're going with this? So we're just gonna colour the edges just to make it a little bit more natural. I mean, I don't think we need this top bit. I think if this top bit went, maybe we're cooking. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. I'm gonna undo that. But you can just sharpen it up like that. So what you're doing here is any sharp edges you just want to fluff. That's the word of the day, fluff. You just want to fluff to make it feel like it's in the background. Got it? You got it? So I'm obviously going to touch this up, just to make it look nicer. But it's just all about patience. Graphics is I nearly said like a woman. It's not like a woman. Ignore what I'm saying on that. Graphics is like, it takes some TLC, and look at the state of that layer there. It looks horrible, but that's just what you got to do. Never be afraid to have too many layers. Graphics, it does take time. It takes some tender loving care. So we're going to have a look at the match card now. This always wants to be on the top, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename these because I told you I'd rename them. So I'm going to put last... Or I'm not. This is a pro tutorial video, guys. Las Vegas. Why is it not letting me rename it? What have I doing wrong? So if you right click and you click rename, is it going to let me type now? Yes. It's just that maybe I'm just not with it. And then so that's Shadow over Vegas. Just so the reason I do this is just to make sure that I know what's what. So I should really have renamed this as well. I mean, I think you can do this in Photopea. Reference, I'm going to call this. Because that's what it is. So now what we're going to want to do is, what I like to do is get the renders in. Now I'm not going to use the same renders as this, because I want to show you everything where I get everything, if that makes sense. So there's two methods you can get renders. And I know Adobe Express probably didn't look great, but it is good. Trust me, it is good. So if you ever find a picture that you want to cut out, stick it in there. I wonder if I can show you a good example. Let's do that. Let's get a render. We're going to do the same match, but let's get a... But say if you want a picture of, like, I don't know, let's just pick a random picture. This, for example. I'm going to show you that it does work. I promise, it's a great tool. Look, I cut stuff out all the time with it. If I want John Cena cutting a promo, I put this in, and there you go. Download, and it'll download as a PNG. Should we use this? Should we use this? I don't like it, though, but we'll use it, and it doesn't make any sense. I don't think I should use it. Should we use it? Should we use it? No. So we'll go to the other tool. DeviantArt is my favourite. So all you need to do is go to DeviantArt. I'll leave a link in the description if you need. Type in your favourite wrestler. So we're looking for a John Cena render. Now, we're going to do it so that John Cena's the champion in this one, because I want to. You can copy image, or you can save it and then file place if you don't want to copy it. Copying it just saves space. So we don't need this reference anymore. You're going to want to make sure it's on top of them shadows. So Cena's going to go right. And you're just going to want to make sure it's sized appropriately, really, because the biggest issue I actually see with a lot of match cards is that the renders are not sized right. And that is, I know it sounds weird, but it's true. So you can see there's good lighting on Cena already. What I would like to add is I'd like to move him a bit to the left. Not left. No, your left and rights, guys. I'd like to add a little bit of a glow on the outside. Drop shadow I always add because it makes it look more 3D. But then what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to put a light and maybe a white or something. No, that's too much, but you can play around with these. The spread reduces the size. Yeah, that's a bit better. Oh, no, that's too much. Ooh, kind of like that. So you can see all the assets I've used for this exact render. Then what we're going to want to do is we're going to insert Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Cody. And I'm going to show you a tip. I'm going to give you a tip that's going to sound stupid. But please follow it. I beg you, please follow it. What the hell is that? Is that some AI render? I'm trying to find like a good... This Cody will do, I guess. So, a little tip. Renders should not be different sizes. How do we make renders not different sizes? Put the head over the head and make sure the head matches up. If the head's the same size, it doesn't look out of place, right? I mean, Cody looks out of place. He's not straight. Oh, yeah, that's better. So put the head over the head like that. Such a basic little tip, but it makes... Trust me. I hate when renders are like... They're completely like... Just not the right size. It really grinds my gears. So we want to get the Vegas sign in. And we're going to copy layer style from Cena and paste layer style to Cody. Now, I'm glad that happened, actually, because you can see on Cody it's a bit more jagged. So what you can do to reduce this is just reduce this... Oh, no, not the size, the spread a little bit. And then you can increase the size. I mean, I personally don't like this glow. I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm going to remove it and just have a drop shadow on there, because I just don't think it needs it. But I was just wanting to show you, like, basically how you do it. So immediately when I go back to my reference, the first thing I've noticed is I'm not happy with the Vegas thing. So like I said, it's all trial and error. I'm not renaming. I'm gonna want to move this up because I want this in the background. And it with the effect that I put on, it's starting to look a bit better. What I should have done is maybe just coloured over that a little bit. So I'm gonna touch it up. Don't be afraid to go back to things if you notice them. That's all I'm saying to you. Like, don't be afraid that if something doesn't quite look right, you go back to a certain layer and make it look right. Now, that looks better to me. So we're going to go back to the reference and we're going to get all the layers sorted before we start doing all the graphical text stuff. So I can see there's a thin fog layer that goes up over there and up over there. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So to do this, what do we do? Well, I'm going to show you. Click your highest render. Create a new layer. It should be a little page icon there. You're going to want to make sure the paintbrush tool's selected. Now, you're like, oh, that's too thick. That's too much. So, what you're going to want to do is double click on it and reduce the opacity a little bit. I mean, the shape isn't great, to be honest. I'll be real with you. But you get the gist. And then you can obviously resize it. But you can also add a little bit more. So as you can see here, if the more I do, I'm getting more of a shadow. You can see on the original that there's a thicker shadow underneath. That's exactly what we're going to do. So the thick shadow underneath, what we're going to do is we're going to want to create a layer below the thin fog that we've just made. Then reselect the brush tool and just colour it in. This is like an effect. This is how you make it look like more professional. So I'm assuming that in this instance of a match card, this is where we're going to put streaming exclusively on Peacock. So we've got the layers now. Now we're going to bring it more to life. So we're going to bring it to life in multiple ways. So first and foremost, the first thing that I want to add is I've noticed that I'm not happy with the colour of the renders. So what you can do is you can have a look around here. I always use this one called Colourpop, but I actually saw one up there that I quite like. And I'm going to use darker. And what that will do in Photoshop, I don't know, I think it's under adjustments in Photopea. I've immediately enhanced the colour. Sorry, I'm just having a drink. Hope you guys don't mind. No, I'm joking. So I've immediately enhanced the colour, and I've noticed that John Cena could maybe come in a little bit. And we always want to use this pink line tool. They can both come in. We'll have a look. So we're going back to our reference now. So it's WrestleMania Vegas. So this for me is the cream. This is the match card. This is the logo. So we're going to go to WrestleMania logo. Oh, I don't know about San Francisco. Where's WrestleMania Vegas? Is that the smallest WrestleMania Vegas we've got? So what we're going to do is, in Defiant Art, I searched that, by the way, if you're unfamiliar. So what we need to do now, and what I've noticed on this particular graphic, I know I keep referencing it, is that this particular logo covers the layers, if that makes sense, that we've just created. So my job with this logo is to cover the layers. So to do that, we can resize it and resort it. Now, I've noticed that the city is a little bit down now. I mean, you can use whatever city you want, but I'm just referencing so I can see on the WrestleMania logo itself, there might be a little drop shadow. So I'm going to add that. And obviously, it just makes it feel like it's coming at you a bit more. So that will be better. Make sure it's centered by looking for that pink line. There you go. So we've got our logo and it's starting to come to life a little bit now. Obviously, make sure you're still renaming all your layers because that is also important. You've got to make sure you're renaming your layers just for your own sake. I'm okay because I've done it a million times, so I normally do one take. The way I do it is I normally focus on a section at a time and then move forward. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at this so we can see we don't have presented by. So I'm going to move this up a little bit because I've noticed that I need to get presented by. Now, whatever font you want to use, you can use. I'm going to use my favourite font because I love it so much. So what you're going to want to do is above the WrestleMania, you're going to want to add a text layer by clicking T. And we're going to want to put presented by. This isn't my favourite. Oh, presented by. Well, it is, but it's not this variation. So this is just a font that I like, alright? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in now. So you can do that by changing this, because I want to get the proportions right. And what I'm going to do is, I can see on my reference, I know I keep bringing it up, here, it's really small and really thin. But it's like this font. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to see where it comes to the... Look at how little it comes into the WrestleMania Vegas sign. It's about this, and then it's really thin. So it's like this. Don't know if this will look terrible. But we're going to find out. But we want to make it like really, really thin. Presented by. I don't know how that looks. Then you just scroll back out. It's all trial and error. Is making graphics. See, that looks good. What are we worried about? And then with this, you can add like, I wouldn't go crazy. I'd just add a drop shadow just so it stands out a little bit. Because you don't really need to do too much. If you look there, there's a little bit bolder. Maybe if we get a little bit of a bolder one. I think I do have a bolder one. Yeah, that's a bit bolder, isn't it? Yeah, that looks okay. So then we're going to want to get the WWE2K25 logo, the Snickers logo. And you just use Google for that. And all you type in is Snickers logo, PNG. You'll go to image. No, I don't want to buy Snickers. You just go here. It'll be like the first or the second one. There you go. Copy image. You want to make sure you're on the layer that's appropriate. So I want it on top of this. You don't really need to do anything with it. You just need to make sure it's sized right. So I can see here it goes just outside the edge. And that's all I need, really. That's all I need to know. It goes just outside the edge. But then it goes inside the edge. So we want to make sure that it's just in line. Presented by Snickers. And if you want to enhance it, obviously you can add a drop shadow or whatever. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to... I actually... might move that in a little bit. Yeah, just like that. Presented by Snickers. Well, you're going to want the WWE2K25 logo. I always get that from DeviantArt, to be fair. I'm just showing you like where I get my tools from. I think that is also important because I always get like asked like, where do you get all your tools from? Where do you do this? So I'm showing you. Hopefully you guys can... I can't make match cards like on repeat. The whole aim of this channel was to help you guys, but it's also, I can't be hiding stuff, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh no, that looks shocking. And if you want me to tell you how to recolor it, I'm going to do it now. So something I've noticed is I want to move that out a little bit. So something I use on my match cards that I don't want to hide from you guys, I'm not going to put streaming exclusively on Peacock because I don't need to. I mean, if you want to do that, it's the same. All the methods that I've shown you in here, you just use. Oh, what's going on? I'm dragging the wrong layer. So one thing I do want to show you is this 2K25 logo. I want it to be like gold because I want it to be themed like WrestleMania. So what I'm going to want to do is make sure that the WWE 2K25 layer is selected, the logo. If you ever rename this, it'll be so much easier to find. Then what you want to do is you want to find the fill tool, the paint bucket tool, G on Photoshop, but it is also on Photopea. Then you're going to want, I want my 2K logo to be that colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply paint bucket over the red bits. And I mean, obviously you'd zoom in more to get it more accurate. And there we go. We got it, it's blended in. Now, I do want to just add a drop shadow on the 2K25, maybe an outer glow. No, I don't want an outer glow. I'm aware this video has probably taken 30 minutes and this is where we're at. But when the finished product comes to fruition, you'll understand. So, we're going to focus on the text now. Now, the problem is, I forgot what text it is that I downloaded. I will find it begins with an M. So we're going to start with this in the background. It's just kind of dashed anywhere. Then we're going to get this bit at the top. So I know that this bit here, it was called like neon something. So what I'm going to want to do is I need it under Cena but above this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer, grab text, and I'm going to find my little neon font, wherever the hell that is. Oh, God, it could be anywhere. Well, it should be under N, right? Neon. Here we go. It's not the same font, by the way. I didn't go for the same font. Because, I mean, to get the exact font, this was just for the purpose of the video. I'm going to show you how to do linear dodge now, which is what they've done on that. I really don't like this font, by the way. So if we look back to the reference, as always, you can see that. So in the reference, the renders are a lot further in, so we can get away with that. We can bring them right in. We can bring them right in. But Vegas kind of fails, doesn't it? So we need to get hold of that Vegas layer. And I'm telling you, if I didn't record this in real time, and I didn't show you me making mistakes, it would not be real. What is there a black? Ah, move that up a bit. It wouldn't be accurate. It wouldn't be fair to you guys for me to just show you me just successfully doing a match card. Do you know what I mean? This is how it goes. Honestly, it's never straightforward. So, first and foremost, to add a linear dodge, what you're going to want to do is make sure it's always white. Linear dodges always work better when the text is white. Now, if we go back to the reference, because I've already forgot, we want a red and a blue. So it's actually an orange and a blue. So we're going to go to John, wherever John is. Then we're going to drag this out of the way so we can see what we're doing. We're going to do outer glow, linear dodge add, and then you're going to want the color. So it was like an orange, wasn't it? Was it an orange? Looked like it. It looked like more red though. I'm going to do red. And then we're going to make sure that we have the right sizing. So you can play about with these sliders. Now I've seen that 29 and 41 immediately is the best option for me. So we've got a slider there. I know it's red. And you're going to ask, what have you just done there? Well, what I've just done there is Control C and Control V. Copy and paste. I've selected the John Cena layer. And I've copied and pasted it over. Now we want this one to blue. To go to blue, all we do is go to outer glow and literally click on this colour, slow down the video and just change it to blue there. There you go. So you've got John Cena with some cool ass neon lights. Then all you want to do is click it, Control C, Control V. We're going to do Cody now. So, oh no, we don't want to resize it. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it really? Now I know the sizing of this probably isn't the best example because you can't really tell like who's who. Because like if you look on the reference, so something I'm noticing is you can kind of see it does say John Cena, but then you also can't. So I'm not necessarily doing anything wrong. I just need to make sure that it's just representing the match card. But I'm also making it custom. It looks like something out of, what's that film? So then, I don't know what I've just done there. So then what we're going to do is we're going to want to Control C and V Cena again. But the blue version this time. And we're going to change this text to Rhodes because obviously it's not Cena. So once we change it to Rhodes, we just want to do the same thing. You don't want to resize it. You want to just make sure it's like kind of looks okay. There we go. So, I mean, it's very rough, but we can see that we're getting somewhere. And we've got the neon effect and we've added a linear dodge. So now we're going to go back to the reference and we're going to see what else is here. So it says Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, the American Nightmare and Undisputed WWE Championship. So we're going to start from the top. We're going to add the Undisputed WWE Championship. I think we can get away with just using a basic text here, by the way. Maybe. Let's have a look. So you want to make sure it's in capital. Undisputed WWE Championship. Now, if you want the exact colours of the match card that you're actually using, then what you can do is you can bring the reference up. And when you double click on the text to change the colour overlay, you can literally try and hit it. If you can hit it, there you go. First time, you can hit it. What? Undisputed WWE Championship match. Okay, we better get the terminology right. There you go. That's better. So I am gonna make it so and I can spell. I am gonna make it so that it is pretty similar to this. Then we're gonna have a look at effects after. Now I want to make sure that's centered by seeing the pink line. I also want to add an outer. No, I do not want that outer glow. That is horrendous. So we need to get John Cena. So the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, and then we need to add these little bit of text just to make it a little bit more immersive. And we can add that, but I don't really want to. So the text that I got for that begins with an M. It might take me a second to sort of find it. It was like M-E. Mexcellent there. Oh, it didn't take long, did it? So now the American... I don't actually like this text at all, by the way. The American Nightmare. So we noticed that that was smaller, wasn't it? So what we need to do is we just need to pattern up and make it smaller. Need to make it hella small. Oh, I don't know what I've done there. So the American Nightmare. What colour? I don't want to copy it reference for reference, but... So it's the same thing where it's like blue then red. Okay. So what we're going to want to do is, this is blue, so we want to copy layer style. It will be on Photopea, and then you're going to want to make sure you select the American Nightmare. Paste layer style. Now, if you've noticed, it's a little bit too much on this one. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just reduce it a little bit, but with the sliders. That's all you got to do. And then you want to keep it consistent. So it's in the middle now. It's in the middle. And we're getting somewhere. So we're going to want to Control C and Control V that. And then this is basically the template for what we're going to use. So we're going to copy and paste everything off this bigger version, because we don't want our text to be wonky. We don't want it to be different sizes. We want it all consistent. So we're going to try and get this in the center. Cody. Now, we know we need a red one next. So Control C, Control V. And then we're going to make this red. And exactly like the last time, double click. All you need to do is change the color. You don't need to do anything other than change the color. Then you can copy and paste it. Something I don't like about that. I don't know why. What's the verses? Is the verses a neutral colour? Look at all the layers here. You're going to be panicking. So we're going to do... I could use that American Nightmare one, actually, to do the verses. So with the verses, I mean, these are such minuscule details that you probably don't even need to know. But I think what's important in this particular video is you're just watching what I'm doing. And hopefully you can take from it something. If you take something from it, I'll be very happy. And when I concentrate, I do just waffle crap, so just ignore me. But even just watching, you can kind of see some stuff that I'm doing, just clicking. I don't do anything really fast, I don't think. So I think maybe I do, I just don't realise. But yeah, I like this. So that's kind of where we're at, isn't it? This is kind of what we're going to do. That doesn't look too bad, actually. I think if I'd change anything, I'd bring this down. Don't know what to do with that, really. I think I've messed that up. Now, I'm going to use this font to replicate whatever's going on down here. What did it say? Why was it both sides? Oh, it was... Right, okay, I know what I'm doing. So let's just make up a date. 21st of April. I think that was the real date. Live 21st of April. We're just gonna... I don't like the font, but anyway, that's besides the point. Don't matter if I like the font. It's all about immersion. So we're gonna go outer glow. I think we go for a darken on this just to show you different effects. There we go. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, lad. That's the cringiest shit I've ever said. And then we're just gonna want to replicate that. And then it was like 20th of April. No, that's just a guess. I can't remember. So we've got our little live. I don't like the lives. What does their live look like? I hate them lives. Ah, so they've done it differently. Okay. Don't know if I want to do it like that, to be fair. I don't know if I need to show you that so much. So if we look at our reference, I know it's a lot different and it's a lot scruffier. So one thing I immediately notice about mine compared to theirs, and this is important, is the text. So if the text doesn't match up, that means that we need to sort it out. So the text needs to be bigger. Quite a lot bigger, actually. So you want it like that big. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to leave it as it is for now. I think it's fine as it is. I think it does need to be bigger. If I look at the original match card, I don't want to... So if I look at the original match card, it's not that much bigger. Cena's going to have to start at the bottom. Maybe. But how... Ignore me. I'm having a moment. And these moments do happen when you're making graphics. Believe me, they do happen. So the renders are further in. That's what I do know. I do want to kind of try and make it exactly like it is, though. Well, not exactly like it is, do you know what I mean? The render's too far in now. The only problem is, what we need to make sure is that this is at the highest point it can be. So we're gonna do what I call titivating, which is a fun little word. But you can really make things better. So on theirs, I noticed that the text is behind the renders. So all I'm gonna do is, I'm showing you everything today, is drag it behind the renders so that it's not below Cena, which is quite annoying. Where the hell's Cena? It must be below Cena, no? I'm gonna just want to make sure that's central. Ah, that looks way better. Way better. Right, we need to drag this down as well. Where the hell is it? It's below Cena now, so it doesn't really matter. So Cody Rhodes. Okay, now we're kind of cooking. I'm joking. We're not cooking anything. So we need to move Snickers down, WWE down. I really don't like that live thing, by the way, guys. Really don't like that live thing. I'm going to try and forget it even exists, if you don't mind. We can bring the city down a bit. Maybe. I need enough space to do John Cena in the same size. So until I do that, I won't know how far things need to be. Will I? That doesn't look too bad, actually. I mean, obviously, I'm going to keep... So John Cena wants to go here. So now we can reshape everything. I do quite like the size of that. I think the size is a lot better. So what I want to do is I want to move this out of the way. I hate the shape of this. But what I can do is I can just make this a little bit smaller. And then what I can do with the renders is just drag them down a little bit. Maybe I'll move them out a bit. Just to give it that breathing room, do you know what I mean? Just to give it the breathing room. Because we can't really see this... oh, what am I doing? We can't see the city. So we can't see the Las Vegas city. So I'm going to make that smaller. Hopefully you guys can see it in the background. Because it doesn't look too bad, actually. Don't know why the John Cena's so far over there. That looks a bit... Right, let me just envision this. We're envisioning. This video is going to be like an hour long. I'm sorry, guys. And I really need to sort this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort that out real quick. So free transform always. I mean, we're going to need to zoom in for this, I think. We're going to need to zoom in big style. Then we'll finish by adding an effect, I think. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. So as you can see on the original poster, it's got to be small because it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't look right. So we're gonna we want to remove them outer glows actually. And I tell you why. Is because they're getting in the way of each other. So they're quite good sizes then. So we probably want to stick with that. So what we're going to want to do is, Control C, Control V is your best friend. And I would watch this video. I know I've yapped on a lot, but I would watch this video till the very end. Because there will be something in here, even if you're just watching, that you'll be like, I didn't know it was that easy, or that actually didn't sound that bad. What the hell? It's inside. So what you can also do to make sure the level is look for the purple lines. The pink lines are your best friends. There we go, we've got it. Presented by, it's just gonna get in way. But we can move that down, and this is the beauty of zooming in. It's them really intricate details that you can adjust. This is why I always zoom in. Then you can just let go of that, and then this wants to be a little bit smaller, but it can also be like. And then I'm hoping that can go up just even a smidge, and it doesn't look too bad. And you can see the 2K logos just. So let's have a look at what we've got, and then I think that should be okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I'd probably move these a little bit apart if I were to do anything. I'm not opposed to that. So, I think that looks okay for now. The only thing I'm not sure about is this bit here. So the only thing I'm not sure about is this bit here. Because Cena blends into this. If I could get it a little bit lower, maybe like... I mean, how does it look with the renders like... out there? Maybe we could make this a little bit bigger. It doesn't look that bad actually. Maybe I'm just a fussy guy. But then I can see the sharp edges are there again. So I need to fix them. And I'll be honest with you. Ooh, what the hell? Why has it changed? I don't know why that's changed, guys. Not a clue why that's changed. Just gonna try and like touch it up a little bit. I don't mind that, and I don't mind that. If I can just... Oh no, I don't like that actually. I'm going to leave it, I think. I don't even think that matters that much. Straight edge. Straight edge. I don't actually think it matters. Unless I can... Look at me. You're going through the whole procedure with me. This is what you guys wanted, no? This is what you guys wanted. So I'm giving it to you. The raw, real, uncut. So I've noticed that the text is a little bit like closer, so I can see 8 pixels, right? Okay, so that should be closer. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of this match card in general. Let's have a look at the original. I didn't try to make it exact. It takes days to make it like an original. So the shadows are there, fine. So what we want to do now is on top of that, we want to add another effect, I would say, just to bring it all together, which it would be probably colour pop. Sunshine, I like sunshine. Sunshine, lollipops and... you know what I mean. I quite like that. I mean, it's not... I mean, I've got my WrestleMania match card now. Thank you, guys. I'm quite happy with that. The only thing I want to change, and I'll show you, is just effects and where to find them. So I kind of want like a star effect. So stars effect, PNG, and I think this would just top it off a little bit. Something like this. Do you know what I mean? I just don't want to click on anything in case it takes me to any dodgy website. It happens, believe me. This would be perfect. Something like this. I'm going to try and get this if it's free. I also took the risk of clicking it, guys. You're welcome. This would be perfect, right? Let's see if it is what it says it is. Or it could be anything. It could be a virus. Is it a PNG? I'll know him. It's a JPEG. Right, okay. So this person does not want to give away this star background. Something like that would be cool, though. I'm going to just keep looking, if you guys don't mind, just seeing if I can find something that I feel something like this could work. Because I can edit it and I can make it exactly how I want it. Oh, I'd love something like this. Don't know if it's too small, though, if I can work with it. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. What I wanted to do is just... Did it paste? What I wanted to do is just put some... I don't think it's copied. I don't know if I like that, though. It's a bit too starry, isn't it? This could work. But they're also small. I like... Ooh, I don't like it when they have, like, corners on them. This one would be good. This is the kind of thing I'm after. It's just whether I don't know where it's taking me. Could be taking me anywhere. Okay, it's a JPEG again. They keep sending us JPEGs, so it's no good. No good. I hate how people block this kind of stuff for you guys and me. Need to find. It's going to be a video on an hour how to find the star effect. That could work. This will work. It'll work for the purpose that I want it to do. So what I'm wanting to do is I'm just wanting to jazz it up a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the layer. Actually, I quite like it just without the layer. The Control-Alt-G thing that I was telling you about could have worked for this. So I'm just going to copy and paste it, and then what the hell is this? Oh, this looks quite good. This is the different one, isn't it? Wait, where's this one come from? Oh, is that the one I tried to copy before? So we just want that down there. Let me just... Oh, it's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. I need to get rid of this one. And I just want this one. And I want that one over here. Want that one? That one can go. And it just looks a little bit more alive. Then on the background I want something. Like, I'd like a... I don't know, I'm very picky. I like detail graphics, do you know what I mean? But can you see how it's like, maybe like, if we can find like a... What about like a neon effect? Let me have a look what there is. I can colour it, I can gradient it, neon effect. I don't think they'll have out. Something like that could be cool though, right? Neon effect. Something like this could work, but I just don't know about the colours. I wonder if there's a red and blue. I just want to try something real quick. If it don't work, it don't work. Ooh, this is what I was after actually. So on our background layer, I've appropriately named it Control V. Where do we go from here? Is it the back? No, you probably want it above that. Then what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to make another layer. I mean, it's the problem is if we remove that, put it below there. How does that look? How does that look if we Control-Alt-G and we do a little bit of opacity so it just like it's not like, oh yeah boy. I kind of like that a lot more. What do you guys think? I think that's going to be the finished product. I think that's going to be the finished product. How long? 52 minutes. 52 minutes. Guys, if you made it to the 52-minute mark, I applaud you. Thank you so much. I hope you did learn something in this video. I didn't want to do Raw or SmackDown because I've already done it. I wanted to show you the advanced level of creating match cards, and I feel like with the tools that I've suggested, you guys can really make something of your universe mode. Bring it to life. But if there's any questions you have, don't be afraid to join the Discord and ask. I've managed to get a match card done in real time, no cuts, no speed edits. That is exactly how it goes. So 52 minutes, an hour, and we've made a match card. Now all we can do is swap the text to the appropriate matches, swap the renders, and we've got a WrestleMania match card. Like I said, this match card will be available in my Discord if you do want to use it. It's completely up to you. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you did find something helpful. Ignore. Oh, I'm not ending with the background looking like that. Get out there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.